Phobias are characterized by significant distress and often lead to the person avoiding the source of their fear. A person who is experiencing a phobia that is interfering with their everyday life should consider undergoing treatment for their phobia, as outcomes for professional care are typically favorable. Here is a list of 10 weird phobias you may have never heard of. 1. Nomophobia. Nomophobia is the fear of being without your mobile phone. People with nomophobia experience excessive anxiety about not having their phone with them, their battery being low, or their phone being out of service. Regardless of the circumstances, not being able to use their phone causes people with nomophobia to become panicked and experience extreme symptoms of anxiety. This phobia often stems from a person having a cell phone addiction. People with this phobia may obsessively check their phone throughout the day. It appears to be fairly common. In recent surveys of varying populations, the prevalence of anxiety related to not having or being able to use a cell phone ranged from 9 to 77%. 2. Xanthophobia. Xanthophobia is a fear of the color yellow. People with xanthophobia are usually also afraid of any object that is yellow, such as school buses and flowers. People with xanthophobia may avoid the color yellow at all costs. This phobia tends to interfere with everyday life, as yellow things can be found everywhere. 3. Ablutophobia. Ablutophobia is a fear of bathing, washing, or cleaning oneself. This phobia most often occurs in children and resolves with age, but can still be present in adults. People with ablutophobia avoid bathing and showering, which can lead to unpleasant body odor and sometimes subsequent social isolation. However, their fear of bathing and the anxiety they experience during bathing tends to be so extreme that these consequences pale in comparison. Ablutophobia may result from a traumatic event involving water, or a person being afraid of getting wet. 4. Omphilophobia. Omphilophobia is a fear of belly buttons. People with omphilophobia will avoid seeing or touching belly buttons, even their own. They might even put a bandage over their belly button to avoid looking at it. They will sometimes avoid places where belly buttons might be exposed, like the beach. 5. Ergophobia. Ergophobia is a fear of work. People with ergophobia tend to have extreme anxieties associated with their place of work or work environment. Others may have a fear of manual labor or the act of working itself. Still, others can have a fear of finding a job. All of these cases would be classified as ergophobia. The fear of work can lead to anxiety attacks and impair a person's ability to function professionally. It can have a huge impact on a person's life, as most people need to maintain a job to survive. Ergophobia may stem from occupational burnout, where a person becomes so stressed and exhausted by their job that they feel they can no longer complete it. It can also be associated with negative work experiences such as an abusive employer or poor work-life balance. 6. Xanthophobia. Xanthophobia is a fear of relatives. Many of us experience embarrassment or irritation with our families at times. However, those with Xanthophobia suffer from an excessive fear of their relatives. 7. Caligynephobia. Caligynephobia is the clinical term for an exaggerated or irrational fear of beautiful women. It is also known as venostrophobia. They do not like to meet, talk, and even see beautiful women. This can lead to chest pain, tingling, and fainting. Men are more prone to this condition, but it is also rarely seen among women. 8. Acrophobia. Acrophobia, or the fear of heights, impacts more than 6% of people. 5. This fear can lead to anxiety attacks and avoidance of high places. People who suffer from this phobia may go to great lengths to avoid high places such as bridges, towers, or tall buildings. While in some cases this fear of heights may be the result of a traumatic experience, current thinking suggests that this fear may have evolved as an adaptation to an environment in which a fall from heights posed a significant danger. 9. Trypophobia. Trypophobia is an aversion to the sight of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps. They may be disgusted by images like honeycomb, seed pods, or bubble wrap. It is not officially recognized as a mental disorder, but may be diagnosed as a specific phobia if excessive fear and distress occur. People may express only disgust to trypophobic imagery. 10. Nyctophobia. Nyctophobia is an extreme fear of night or darkness that can cause intense symptoms of anxiety and depression. A fear becomes a phobia when it's excessive, irrational, or impacts your day-to-day life. Being afraid of the dark often starts in childhood and is viewed as a normal part of development. So which of these phobias do you have? Do not be afraid. Many of these phobias can be cured with treatment. For more interesting facts, stay with us, subscribe and turn on the notification by simply tapping the bell icon and selecting all. See you soon with a new video.